Okay, this is going to be the first long form video in the Branded Minute series, and that is because what I am finding is my 60-second bite-sized business tips for business owners. I'm just not able to get all of the information across in those 60 seconds. And so what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is I'm gonna launch this series on YouTube with longer form videos to walk you guys through how I teach this on consulting calls. If you want a little bit more one-on-one, you guys can book a call directly with me. My name is Brianna Hall, and I have something called Branded Marketing LLC, and I host the Branded Minute. I am a business and marketing professional. I have been doing this since 2018, and I walk small business owners and any age. I say young, but I just mean young in the journey, just starting out entrepreneurs through the process of launching their very own small business. I do this in California, in South Carolina, all across the nation. I have clients who live in Pennsylvania, and I would love to work with you if you are looking for some guidance from a real person, a normal person, somebody who is attainable, and you just need some guidance on what to do to start your small business. That's where I come in. I have helped dozens of people launch their very own business, and I can help you too, and I would love to meet with you. First and foremost, we have been walking through in the Branded Minute online on my Instagram at Branded with Bree. We have been walking through the process of launching a small business. So if you have a business idea and you are interested in launching that small business, what do? Google can become overwhelming. There's a million opinions on the internet, but what are some actionable steps, some easy steps that you can do right now to figure out if this business idea is great, or if it's gonna flop, or even where to begin. So first and foremost, we talked about how to choose a name. You have to start somewhere, right? So once you have an idea and you have gotten that idea down on paper, on your notebook, so I always recommend everybody just start with this notepad. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down your business idea. First, like just exactly as it comes out of your brain, pen to paper, write it down. You are going to change this. This is not a final draft. This is your very first draft. And what you're going to do is you're just going to write down what problem you are solving by having this business. So say you have decided that you want to open a coffee shop because there's no good coffee shops in your area, and the coffee shops that you go to don't have the vibe that you're looking for, or their coffee's not good, or they don't have good food, or any of the above. Pick your one problem statement, and that problem statement is what you are going to build your entire business around. But don't worry, simple is better. You want this distilled down to a 5th grade level. You do not want a bunch of mumbo jumbo and confusing words that people aren't going to understand. You want every single person who walks in off the street to understand exactly what they're getting and to come to your business because it solves their problem. So, for example, my problem statement at Branded Marketing is that I help startup entrepreneurs and small business owners understand where to begin. What is the beginning of this business journey? What does it look like? So once we have picked our name and identified what we do by that problem statement, and that's written on your notebook, the very next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna think about a name. And maybe you don't have a business name yet. If you don't have a business name yet, we can go to step 2, which is identify your competition. But I would recommend kind of thinking through that name so that you can start doing your market research and making sure that nobody in your city, your county, or your state is using the same name for the same type of business. And so if you haven't chosen a name yet, don't worry, we can go to step 2. But if you have chosen a name, I want you to Google it. I want you to put it in ChatGPT. I want you to put it in YouTube, put it in Instagram, put it in TikTok, put it in Facebook. Make sure that there is nobody in your direct geographical area who has the same name and the same business type. And I want you to make sure that your domain is available. The last thing that you want is to name your business something, and when people Google it, they find your competition or they find another business that has the same name. So try to think of something. You don't want it to be too unique. You want them to, like, it needs to make sense, but you want to make sure that the user experience, when the user or the customer is looking for you, they can easily find you. So once you have that nailed down and you have chosen your name, you are also going to visit the Secretary of State website for the state that you live in, and you are going to do a search. All Secretary of State websites have a LLC or entity search bar, and you can search the name that you're thinking and just make sure that there's no other businesses that are registered that have that same name. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to do some competitive research. This part's really fun, and this is the part that everyone skips. Don't ask me why. I know it's intimidating, but don't skip it. Do not skip this part. This is the most important part. Research your competition. You want to open that coffee shop? Call every other coffee shop in your area, or better yet, go visit them. Order a coffee. Write down their prices. Look around. See what they're doing really well. See what they're doing terribly. Read every one of their reviews on Google, on Yelp, on any of those platforms, and figure out what are the gaps. And that's where your business comes in. Your business comes in to fill the gaps of the competition. It's a free market, right? And some people say, like, I hear this all the time. People say, well, nobody else is doing this business, so it's a great idea. No. If nobody else is doing the business that you have dreamed up in your head, there's a reason. The best thing that you can do is find a business that everyone is doing, because that means that there's a lot of demand for it. So what you want to do is you want to look around. Have you ever noticed how gas stations open up right next to other gas stations? It's because customers that are driving to get gas say every pump is full. Well, they're going to go across the street and go to your gas station. Or maybe your prices are a little bit lower. They're going to go across the street and go to your gas station. You ever notice that gyms are always right next to each other? Yeah, maybe they walk in and the gym is full, or the equipment's old, or it's dirty, or they just don't get a good vibe. They're going to walk across the street and go to your gym and check it out. So plant yourself where there is healthy competition and just do things a little bit differently. Fill the market gaps so that people come to you for the special secret sauce that you have that the competition doesn't have. All right, so here is where we are on basically day 3 of dreaming up this business idea. We've written down the problem statement. We've chosen a name and done the research that goes with choosing the name. We have then researched the competition and done some market research. At this point, once you have done those 3 steps, now you are ready to write out your formal business plan. And yes, that's right. Prior to doing those 3 steps and 3 days worth of work, you're not ready to write a business plan. You're not ready to create an Instagram account. You're not ready to do a launch. You need to put in this market research and this effort to understand exactly what you're going to offer the competition, what you're going to offer your customers and how you're going to be different from the competition. So now comes making your business plan. Don't skip this step either. If you visit my website, branded-marketing.com, you will find at the very top right-hand corner a button that says free business plan template. Go online, click that link, download your free business plan template, and work along with me. It is like 15 pages packed with information that you need to start this business. So what you're going to do is you are going to write down your problem statement, your vision. What's your 5-year plan? Do you want to do this for a couple years? Do you want to do this forever? Are you going to make $1 million, or are you going to make $100,000? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your financial goals? And, kind of writing all this down and putting it in this business plan. You are going to need this for multiple reasons. Number 1, your brand identity and your brand kit and everything that your brand is going to be is going to come from this document. Number 2, if you need any kind of startup funding or you're meeting with investors, nobody is going to take you seriously unless you have a written business plan and you have first of all, you're gonna write it out. You're gonna write everything in, and then you're gonna refine it. You're gonna change it. You're gonna edit it. It's gonna be, draft number 1 and draft number 10 before you take it to the bank or take it to an investor. So start today, start now, and start with my free template guide. Once you have done this, you are so much further along than so many young entrepreneurs. And this is all free. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to start developing your brand. This is where things start getting really fun and where my zone of genius really comes into play. So we have the name. We understand the competition, we have the problem statement, and we are ready to develop the brand. Maybe we even have a little bit of startup funding. At this point, we're ready to create and choose a logo, colors, a mission statement that's going to go underneath our logo, as well as our fonts, and what our website's going to look like, and start designing these visual pieces of our brand. So we've done all of this work before we've gotten to the fun stuff. And I know most entrepreneurs don't do it this way. So many entrepreneurs start in reverse. They get on Canva and they create their logo and they launch an Instagram account and they're ready to make a sale, and they haven't put in any of the other work that comes with figuring out, is this even a viable business? And so what I want you to do is I want you to start really, really strong. So kind of hone in on, what is that mission statement? What does your business stand for? What are your goals? Read Profit First and understand how you're going to take in money and have that legal entity like an LLC, or an S Corp or a sole proprietorship. Have that legal entity established so that you can open a business bank account. And when you make your first sale, you are ready. That money comes into your business account. It's there. You've already accounted for taxes and fees and the cost of doing business. And then when you pay yourself money, it goes out of your business account and into your personal account. That is a way that you're going to keep this really clean, and you're going to keep it really smooth and really operational. And I know I would say the majority of business owners don't start that way. I have worked for multi-million-dollar businesses that are still using their personal debit card to pay for business expenses. Don't do that. Start clean, start right, and start today. And I'm your girl, Brianna Hall, with the Branded Minute that can help you with every step along the way. This has been all about the first 4 steps in starting your small business. I hope that this information was valuable, and if you liked it, follow along at Branded with Bree or visit my website, branded-marketing.com, and we'll see you on the next one.